Every January, this is the year to get fit, but by February, it disappears. And these are 10 habits that I would instill after 20 years of coaching if I was starting afresh in January's new year. First off, it's not just to do with the time of the year. Everyone wants to start afresh and have a point to start afresh. It's usually how vague it is and the fact that it's a target or a goal in the distant future. So to start off with, number one is instead of setting a goal, I'd set regular actions. So the goal is not a distant wish in the future. The goal is set actionable things that I'm going to do consistently through the year. So me and my family, we sit at the start of every new year. Firstly, just to make sure that our goals still align and that we're still looking to achieve the same thing through the year. But secondly, so we know that actions that we're going to take to lead towards it. Setting regular actions helps support the fact that you're going to be able to feel good about what you've done on a regular basis. There's no high of achieving and dropping, because with most goals, people reach a peak and then they drop at the end of it, or they don't reach their goal and they're disappointed with themselves, so they just kind of forget about it and then make the same goal the next year and then forget about it again because they didn't reach it because they're disappointed with themselves. So setting actions that lead towards the desired after effect is reward in itself. If you can do something on a regular basis that helps support you towards it, then you know you're doing your best. You know there's nothing more you could have done. And by that action, you will feel rewarded. And if you've set a realistic goal and not quite achieved it, then you know that further action towards it is going to get you there eventually, whether it be another year or so. Number two, I'd train the same day or time throughout the week, every week. So if I was to choose 2 days of the week that I'm going to train, or if every day, if that's the centered goal, if you already got a practice of training, then I'd make sure that I've carved that time out and that I'm consistent with getting there every time to make it a lifestyle habit so that it is ingrained through the year as a staple of my daily routine. Number three, I'd eat like a person, not diet. I'd make sure that I ate sensibly, but I wouldn't restrict myself. As humans, we are brought up having someone restrict us from doing things or eating things, and that's our parents. Then when we turn into adults, big boys and big girls, we tend to forget about that and just go and do what we want because we were restricted so much. So if we restrict ourselves, what are we going to do? Probably going to rebel. So the best thing is to eat sensibly, not restricting ourselves, possibly using one of the 3 tips that I gave in a previous video, which pop up somewhere around here, or we'll put in the link below. And those habits and those tips, those ways of being able to keep yourself accountable, but also eat like you want to, is the best way to move forward, because with restriction comes a level of failure because you're going to stop doing the things you enjoy. You don't want to stop yourself doing the things you enjoy. You just want to be mature about it. And along the journey, there is a level of having to be stoic with things, having to choose the difficult path, because the difficult path is the path least road. And that's why not everybody's there. That's why not everybody's in shape or doing great health-wise, because they choose the easy path. Now, the easy path is one that we would choose habitually just out of survival. We want to eat, store fat, and be able to then hold that until necessary. But we don't live in the Stone Age anymore. We don't need to store fat. We don't need to keep in survival mode, in fight or flight. We are grown up enough to understand that we live in a life of abundance, and sugar and all sorts of foods that we shouldn't eat is readily available. So we need to be able to restrain ourselves and sometimes take that hard path. And on that note, number 4 would be doing something hard on purpose every day. So I'd make a habit of incorporating the hard choice on a daily basis. Not all the time. I don't want to live in fight or flight. I don't want to constantly be straining myself in any way, shape or form. But what I do want is to incorporate a level of discipline within myself so that the hard choices don't feel so hard. So little things like choosing to have a cold shower, or taking a walk to work, or taking a difficult path that I've never done before, are all little tiny things that help build that resilience in life and help make the middle road, the not easy choice, but the choice that is going to benefit us most, a little bit easier. What I've noticed, I don't know if you've seen any of other videos, but sometimes I've got a beard, sometimes I don't, but I've noticed that people smile at you a hell of a lot more when you don't have a beard, when you've had a shave. Another thing I noticed is my chin is a lot colder, especially now time in the winter. And if you're looking for support to make small daily changes that help make big lifestyle shifts, then look into our free 30 days, 30 ways to keep consistent. Just put your email in and we'll be sending you an email every day just to keep you consistent and shift your mindset in the right direction to support you on those big lifestyle changes. But on to the next one. The next one is walking more. I would definitely incorporate walking more, not only just because it burns more calories, but because firstly, I love nature. That's why I do all my videos out here. When I walk, I think better, I talk better. I don't stutter and and ah in front of the camera as much. But walking is a place where I feel at home, especially in nature, in the woods. And just getting out helps lower the stress levels, lower cortisol, and feel at one with what we're supposed to be in touch with, because we spend so much time indoors, boxed in, not really engaging with much outside of life. And those four walls can start to look mighty small, mighty close, the more we spend inside. So getting outside and walking, it's not only good for the body, but it's gonna definitely do a little bit more for the mind as well. The next habit I'd incorporate is I'd breathe more. We should all breathe more. There's a lot to be said about breath work and breathing, but I don't necessarily mean just taking part in breath work. I mean stopping for a moment to take a deep breath. Just take a moment with me now. So just pause for a minute, and I'd like you to just take a deep breath, not into the belly, but all the way into the groin. And I want to expand like the whole barrel of your torso, not just your belly, but breathe into your back as well. So big deep breath in through the nose, like all the way down and out through the mouth. And just doing 3 breaths will help reduce stress instantly. Let's give it a go. Naturally, you just slow down. I can even feel myself just talking slower to the camera, which maybe I should do a little bit more often. Maybe I should breathe before coming on camera. But breathing is definitely something, a habit I would get into and make a point of it at certain points of the day when stress is highest, so I can reevaluate and make good decisions instead of responses. The next point I would make, or the next habit I would introduce, is choosing strength over aesthetics or appearance. Most people will go to the gym because they want to lose fat, and obviously if you've got excess fat, you need to lose fat. But you're going to lose fat by building strength, building muscle. But not only that, it allows us to be more functional in life. It allows us to be better at life and do more in life. So getting more involved in the strength aspect of your workout will definitely reap more benefits than just doing fat burning, just going to a class or just running or just doing cardio. Any of those little things is going to be less beneficial than strength training. Yes, it might burn fat, but you don't want to be skinny fat. You want to be strong and you want to live life for life's sake, not just get by. As well, there's a lot of injuries that come with certain areas in cardio. And as I say that, I've got people running past me now. But I'm not saying don't run, I'm just saying incorporate strength alongside it, because you will find that it will benefit you a lot more. And we'll go more into strength in another video. My next habit would be to keep my promise, not only to others, but to myself. You'll find that if you over-promise to yourself, you're likely to disappoint yourself. And that's the start of a very heavy downward spiral. What you're looking to, nearly died. What I would suggest, or what I believe, is that when you keep smaller promises that are easy to keep, you build a relationship with yourself where you start trusting yourself. And if you can build on those small promises, I'm going to move for 10 minutes, I'm going to train twice a week instead of 10 times a week. If you keep to those small promises, you'll find that there's a hell of a lot more room and grace for yourself and trust that you'll start to build. And the more trust you build with yourself, the more you're going to be able to achieve through the year. The next one, I'd stop starting again and again and again. I'd build consistency and I'd build reliability. I would try my best not to eat something shitty on Tuesday and be, start again on Monday. If you slip, it's okay. We're human, it's going to happen. But get back straight on the horse. Start again, straight after that point. Don't give yourself another week of eating shit just because you ate shit once. And finally, I'd try my best to make fitness a bit of an identity for myself. I don't want to be someone who's trying to get fit. I want to be someone whose lifestyle incorporates fitness. And fitness can look like anything. It can look like a hobby. It can look like an activity with the kids. Anything that involves movement, you could incorporate and create a fitness regime around. Our walks as a family are one of the best things that we do together because we're all together, we explore nature, but we're also moving. And it's something that everybody will take on, all the kids will take on in their lives moving forward. So do your best to incorporate the fitness as a lifestyle and choose things that you will enjoy, because those things that you enjoy, that you continue on, will last for years, not the next 2 months. And as we went through previously, sometimes some of these habits and things can be the hardest decision you can make. And if you'd like to learn more about making hard decisions and enjoying them, then watch the next video on taking the path of most resistance and least walked to be able to support your growth within your fitness and your mindset growth. I'll see you hopefully in the next video.